But I almost like spent $2,000 on nothing. Like I really would have just been wasting my money. All right. So yeah, a couple years ago, you know, I just gotten this PC, been playing it for a couple years, been streaming consistently. And then all of a sudden, halfway through my stream, my computer turns off. It says CPU overheating. I was like, God damn. I figured, I was like, oh, you know, my room was probably really hot, or I hadn't cleaned my PC in a while. So that's what I did. I just cleaned my PC and everything resolves. You know, my computer works fine. Everything is great. After that, a couple years go by and it happens again. So this time I'm like, okay, so this has happened before. I'll just clean my PC. Well, I'll be good. We'll be good, right? So I do that and it works for like a week and I go back to streaming and my PC turns off again, saying the same thing. Your PC overheated. I was like, damn, what do I do? So I was like researching on Google before ChatGPT, right? I had no idea. So I was like, okay, maybe it's time to change out my my thermal paste or clean the actual like fan. I take apart my computer. I'm like, okay, let me ask Google, why does my PC overheat? And it was like, you just haven't cleaned out your CPU fan. I was like, okay, let me clean that out. So I took it apart and I cleaned it. I just blow dusted it. And tell me why my dumb ass, my stupid, this is so embarrassing, but I just put the CPU fan back on. No thermal paste, I raw dogged it. I didn't even clean the old thermal paste. The way I thought back then, I was like, oh yeah, if there's already thermal paste on it, it'll be fine. That's how I used to think. I didn't know you had to replace it if you took off the PC. If you took off the fan, I didn't know you have to replace the paste. So I slapped it back on. I felt good about myself at the time. I was like, yo, we cooked. You know, I'm a hardware engineer. This is fire. And it worked. You know what's crazy? It actually worked. I cleaned the CPU fan. I cleaned all my fans. I cleaned my PC. I didn't thermal throttle once. My PC didn't overheat. It didn't shut down randomly. I don't know how it worked. I don't know why it worked. But you know, that lasted me for like 2 years. Within the span of a year, all of this happened. This part that's coming. I started streaming Dead by Daylight. And then it happened again. So I was like, oh, dude, I gotta clean my CPU fan again. And then this is around when ChatGPT came around. So I was like doing research and I love asking ChatGPT stupid shit like this. ChatGPT, do I need to replace my thermal paste when I take off my CPU fan? And it was like, yeah, you should do that every time. That's not how thermal paste works. We did that whole process again. I did that whole process. I take apart my PC, I clean it, I clean the CPU fan. I bought thermal paste just for that. I put the thermal paste in. I put my PC back together. I was like, oh man, you're a beast. You should get into hardware. I should not get into hardware. We do that. I put it back together. It works for another 3 months. So I'm playing Half Sword and then my PC, like I'm checking the temp because now I'm stressed about it. It's hitting 90 degrees consistently hitting 90 degrees. I'm like, holy moly, what is happening to my computer and why is it exploding? And me being the guy I am and being the lazy ass I am, I look into it. I'm researching. I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, you think it's time to upgrade my PC? They were like, upgrade the parts, like the CPU, graphics card. I was like, oh man, I don't really want to deal with all of that. My first thought was like, damn, if I'm gonna be upgrading my PC, I might as well just buy a whole new pre-built. That was my line of thought. And my homie's like, dude, what are you talking about? I was like, bro, if I'm gonna be upgrading my PC, I want it to stay powerful until like for 5 more years because my PC lasted me a while. And I was like, dude, I think it's time. I need a new PC. My thing keeps overheating. All right, man, that's all you, but you gonna buy other stuff. Like, I swear it's an easy fix. My brain did not register what he said. That last part, I didn't register it. I was like, I could drop a little 2K on a new PC. I'm starting to research PCs. I'm going on where I built my last PC. I'm looking all over pre-built websites. I was like set. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get a 5060 Super. I'm gonna get a 4070 Super. I'm gonna buy it because the 50 series just came out. I'm gonna get all of this. I was this close to buying it. I was really this close. I'm a little stingy with my money, so it came out. I was like building my new PC like it was customizable Legos. I was just adding parts, the most expensive parts, and I see the check, and I go to checkout, and I'm about to hit checkout, and tell me why it was 3K for all of the things I wanted. My brain, like, I woke up. I was like, 3K. My eyes widened. I was like, dude, I could see. So I did that. At 3K came out, I was like, dude, I cannot afford that. And then so I do a little bit more research and I do, why is my PC overheating? Why is my PC like burning itself up? And then I look inside my case and I see the fan, it says AMD on the CPU fan. I was like, wait a minute, what if I just need better cooling? I started researching fans. I did the work, you know, I buy it, it comes in the next day. Thank you Amazon, thank you Jeff Bezos for making my stuff so fast. I get home from work or whatever I did that day. I went home from the gym, but you know, I started building it. That thing took me damn near 2 hours. It was so confusing. I was sitting like all hunched over and shit. I was like, stupid part grew in. It's so weird. I felt like I was gonna break it 60% of the time. This is why I don't like hardware. Building with PC parts is like Legos with $2,000 parts, $500 Lego pieces. I was so scared putting my CPU back in. I damn near had a heart attack. I swear to you, I sweated on my CPU because I was so scared. This stupid little box right here, this size box right here, and you're down $500. How does that make any sense? Yeah, I was stressing, you know, but we put the CPU in, we put the heatsink on, which was humongous, by the way. Like, I went from one little fan to two gigantic fans, like a metal armor around it. So we put it all together, we put it in, and my temps literally dropped 15, 20 degrees. Let me show you the fan I had before. It was so bad. It was so bad. But this is the fan I had before. Oh my God, I hope I'm not on Feet Finder. You guys didn't see my toes, right? No toes allowed, bro. And this is my old CPU fan. And please, if you're like a tech guy, please don't make fun of me. I did not know. I'm a lazy person. I thought this was fine. I thought it was a powerful fan. Like, I was like, dude, that thing got metal on it. Like, it should be powerful. This thing was opping my PC for literal years. This is the fan that comes with it. The default skinned fan that comes with your thing. Terrible, trash, worst thing ever. It barely survived. I'm surprised my PC didn't explode with this thing inside. And then compared to this beast, compared to this two-toned monster. TLDR, my computer was overheating for so long, and this has been a constant problem for like a couple years, and it stressed me out so much. I almost just bought a whole new computer. I kid you not, I almost bought a whole new computer for this one issue, which I spent $50 on, by the way. That's basically how I saved myself over $1,000, $2,000.